Hey, what's up guys? I'm Torvaldaruz and today I'm rocking the T2 Electric Retribution. I wasn't sure how solo frigates would do ever since the Abyssal update where we saw the Sancha NPCs, the Angel NPCs, and the Kikimores get added, so I was kind of hesitant to try this, but after some testing, I figured out that it actually works. Now keep in mind this one requires quite a bit of piloting, and for reference, I do have most skills associated with the Retribution to level 4 or 5. Here's the fit, which you can see is nice and cheap, and that's kind of a requirement because the chance of this dying if you mess up is pretty high, so you don't want to be throwing a lot of ISK at this. There are no required implants, but slots 6 through 10 can help you if you have lower SP or if you just want that extra armor, damage, speed, or capacitor percentage to help out. This first room I'm going to show you here is not too much of a problem at all. In T2 and below, you only have one deep watcher to worry about. All you have to do here is get up close, get that high damage ammo on the battleship, and you have nothing to worry about. You can take some heavy hits from this guy if you're not moving, but just keep moving and you'll have no issues at all. A quick note here, there's an in-game channel called Abyssal Lurkers for anything and everything Abyssal related. It's a great place to hang out, talk with other people about the Abyss. If you're new and you want to learn, you can chat with people there. Or if you're an expert, you could be one of the people helping new bros out trying to get into the Abyss. So join the in-game channel, Abyssal Lurkers, and there's also a Discord to go along with that. You can find the link to the Discord as well as a bunch of other resources in the message of the day of that in-game channel. Next room up here are the Leshaks. These are not an issue too much as long as you get on them as quickly as possible. While you're working on getting under the Leshaks guns, it's a good idea to kill the little Teslas. These guys do a lot of damage. It will build up, so take them out while you're making your way there. The Leshaks won't apply damage to you very well, so just get under their guns and then take out whatever is most dangerous, whether that's a starving or a tangling Leshak. Kill that and then you are free to go in this room. You've seen what these guys can do in the Leshak room. Now when you get a room full of just these, it's kind of dangerous and you need to actually watch out and pay attention here. For these NPCs, you need to kite them out. Kill the snare casters first, that way you don't get webbed. But other than that, just kite them out and kill them, pick them off. Don't try to brawl them, especially if there's a lot of different types of damage incoming. You can see that you have a reactive armor hardener. And kind of think about that when you're taking these out. You can see in this room it's all blast needles, so that's all explosive damage. The mixture of damage types, your reactive armor hardener will be all over the place, and then the wrong hit from the wrong damage type will take you pretty low and be pretty dangerous for you, so be paying attention to that. Another really important thing to watch out for if you're flying a frigate with a micro warp drive on, watch out for speed clouds. They can and will kill you if it's done incorrectly. Speed clouds can get you going a couple thousand meters a second faster than you're already going, and if you're near the border, that will send you flying out into the abyss where you'll take a lot of damage. So watch out for those speed clouds. Avoid those unless you can use it to your advantage, but for the most part, those are bad. You do not want to fly through those if you have a micro warp drive on like you do with this Retribution, because if you're close to the border, you'll get yeeted out into the abyss and there goes your Retribution. But it can be used in some good scenarios, such as if you're trying to kite around and whatever you're trying to kite is actually catching you. So yeah, watch out for those speed clouds. That is a huge disclaimer for this video. Of course, it wouldn't be a proper Abyssal guide if it didn't have Kiribatis Tyrannos. This is a problem no matter what you fly. For this encounter, you'll need to kite around the cruisers. You need to avoid damage and getting caught. Webs and scrams will be the death of you, especially if Kiribatis Tyrannos gets a lucky hit on you. So you're going to be avoiding the cruisers. Null warpers will scram you, turning off your micro warp drive, and then entanglers, I don't have any in this room, but entanglers web you. Either one of those is a death sentence. While you're kiting around the cruisers, you have to be very aware of blue clouds and speed clouds. Both of those are pretty harmful for you. The speed cloud, not as much. It could actually help you unless it sends you out into the abyss, but the blue cloud is pretty bad. You want to avoid those because that will increase your signature radius, making you a much easier target to hit. Once all the cruisers are dead, from there all you have to do is keep a tight orbit on Kiribatis Tyrannos and take her out. Here are one of the newer Abyssal spawns that made frigates a little tougher because these Sancha NPCs apply pretty well to frigates. For this encounter, what I would do is kite the NPCs out, taking out all the smaller stuff and then working on the Phantasm NPC last. And for the final encounter for this video, the Angels. This is another new NPC room that was added not too long ago. Kind of the same as the Sancha. These guys apply really well to frigates, and I'm pretty sure this is the spawn, or this is the NPC encounter that actually killed off doing stuff like hawks, or at least made it a lot harder. For this encounter, I'm basically doing the same thing I did with the Sancha NPCs, kiting around, killing the small stuff, and then worrying about the Cinnable last. That's basically it for the T2 Electric Retribution. These were all the spawns that I found were different or harder. A lot of the Triglavian spawns, such as Damavix, Vedmax, and Kikimors, weren't too difficult to deal with in this thing. Frigates in the Abyss have become more complicated with this update that happened a couple months ago, so I've been struggling with these as well as destroyers. It's not as easy to do this stuff solo. Obviously, this stuff is intended for group play. This is just the opportunity you have to do it solo. Could be possible to do T3s, and there's probably people that will say they can do it, but for me, those are not realistic and reliable. Basically, what I mean by realistic and reliable is something that your average pilot can do without an absurd amount of ISK. When it comes to stuff like frigates and destroyers, anything is not realistic if it can die in the blink of an eye, or if it's an insane amount of ISK, such as 800 million ISK plus for something like a frigate or destroyer. So with that being said, I would cap off solo frigates and destroyers at T2. Anything higher than that, like I said, it's not realistic, not reliable for your average pilot. That's the end of the T2 Electric Retribution guide. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Give the video a thumbs up if you like it. If you enjoy the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Working on more videos, guys, and content, especially now that the holidays are over, so expect to see more from me. Until next time, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the Abyss.